Breaking news. It would seem, but before I start this off, if y'all could all do me a favor right now, pause the video. You don't even really have to pause the video, but go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. I am at 94 subscribers. I am so close to 100 subscribers. And when I started this channel back in January, I really didn't think I would gain this many followers in such a short amount of time, if you really think about it. You hear people talking about how they only had 10 subscribers the first year, and here I am at 94, and we still got some months to go. So I really appreciate the fact that all of y'all are rocking with the content that I put out. So if y'all could, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news, because it would seem, and sometimes I just go looking for articles, right? I just try to see what's out there and try to keep everyone up to date. Outside of novel reviews and manga reviews and anime reviews, I try to keep up with anime news and what's moving within the anime community, especially here in the West, because so much is going on with anime now in the West. It is on the boom again. There is more anime than ever before in the West. More people exposed to anime than ever before, because, I mean, let's be honest, back in the day, we had a good handful of anime between Toonami on Cartoon Network and Jetix on the Disney Channel. And then, of course, you had the 4Kids TV that ran Saturday mornings. I think that was on the CW network or something like that. Anyway, we had a good amount, but now it's so mainstream, it would seem as though people are just gravitating towards it, in a sense. And so I came across this article from Business Insider, and I'll put it up on the screen now, titled, "Anime Could Give Netflix a Major Advantage Against Disney in the Streaming Wars." So now I want to, one, tell Netflix you should have clicked on this video. I don't care how many subscribers I have, you need to hear this input, because this article from Business Insider is 100% correct, but they're missing also one thing. Anime could put y'all back into this running, okay? This is like you're running a 4x1 relay, and the second exchange between second and third leg fumbled the baton, and now the third leg is having to make up ground before it passes it off to the anchor, okay? The anchor for Disney is when they drop Disney Plus. Now, keep in mind, right, Disney Plus is focusing heavily, outside of all their old animated stuff, they're focusing heavy on all this live action adaptation. Everything that they debuted for Phase 4 of Marvel is live action. I don't think they debuted anything animated. We've been waiting on Frozen 2 for like 3 years now. So Netflix, this is your time to capitalize on the animation department and really push for anime. Okay? Whether you make your own Netflix original adaptations or you bring more in. I would suggest you bring more in, okay? Japan and the East do it better than you. Just bring it in. You need to talk to studios, talk to Ufotable, talk to Wiz, talk to whoever you need to talk to get titles brought in. Y'all need to go back to your old roots of bringing good shows in. Y'all went on your own little brigade of Netflix originals. That's kind of backfired. I don't want to make it seem like I'm ranting, but look, anime and also comedy specials. Lord, Netflix is like the new Comedy Central. You remember when Comedy Central was passing out a bunch of specials to a bunch of people? Gabriel Iglesias, and then of course you had Carlo Mencia. Netflix is now the old Comedy Central, and they're doing an amazing job. If you haven't seen Dave Chappelle's new comedy special, Sticks and Stones, go for it. Not if you're easily offended, but go for it, okay? And then anime, the biggest one that comes to mind is Cannon Buster. It blew up in the anime world. You heard about it. People were counting it down for like the last 5 days before its release, up until its release. Cannon Busters, I don't have the numbers. It probably made Netflix a bunch of money, and I think Cannon Busters was like their testing ground. What can we do for anime? How far can we push the envelope? But going back to what I was saying about this Business Insider's article, it says anime could give Netflix a major advantage against Disney in the streaming wars. And so you have these 4 bullet points, well, really 3 bullet points. The first one says, if you've noticed a lot more anime on Netflix recently, that's because it's part of Netflix's strategy to fight against Disney. That's clearly opinionated, but there's some truth to it. The second one, as the launch of Disney Plus gets closer, movies and TV shows owned by Disney might be leaving Netflix. It's really not a matter about might. I mean, Netflix has this feature where it tells you when they're going to remove the series, and if you just do a Disney search on Netflix, you can see when the series are leaving Netflix. And Disney is really putting all their eggs in one basket with Disney Plus, so you can bet that everything Disney related is more than likely 99% coming off. All they have to do is wait out their contract with Netflix, and it's a dub. Third bullet point, Netflix will have to rely more on its original content, and anime could give Netflix a big advantage. It's partnered with several Japanese production houses to produce 5 original shows. Alright, we get to the narrator, and the bulk of the article is this. This is Netflix original category. You're probably used to seeing a bunch of new shows when you scroll through, but have you noticed a lot more anime recently? It's not just because you watch Agretsuko on your lunch break. Netflix director of anime, I'm going to butcher your name, I'm sorry bro, Taito Okiura, said it plans to add 30 new anime series this year, and the company has already announced over a dozen anime series coming in 2019. Adding a ton of content might sound like business as usual for Netflix, but all this anime could actually be Netflix's secret weapon in the fight against Disney. The Netflix versus Disney arc has already begun. Disney's own streaming service, Disney Plus, will launch in 2019. As the launch of Disney Plus gets closer, more and more Disney content has been leaving Netflix. There was a time when a new Avengers movie was almost guaranteed to show up on Netflix, but that is no longer the case. That their distribution deal has ended. Because Disney owns so much content, Netflix could lose big names like Pixar, Lucasfilms, Marvel, and even 20th Century Fox. Disney isn't the only company launching their own streaming service. Warner Media, the partner company of the CW, HBO, and DC, is launching a new streaming service in 2019. So besides Disney content, Netflix might also have to say goodbye to films and shows such as Warner Media like Friends and Riverdale. As more entertainment companies start their own streaming service, Netflix will be forced to rely on its own original content. But like Midoriya cleaning up the beach, Netflix has been busy. Over the past few years, Netflix has ramped up productions on original content, producing more than 5 times the number of shows in 2018 than it did in 2016. The analyst thinks Netflix could spend around $15 billion on original content in 2019. For comparison, HBO usually spends around $2 billion. In addition to its live-action shows, Netflix has added original anime series like Castlevania, dope show, please watch it, and Devilman Crybaby, dope show. I haven't watched it, I couldn't get through it, but people say it's amazing, so you should probably go and watch it. And they have plenty of anime classics like Full Metal Alchemist and Bleach, but Netflix isn't just buying a lot of anime, they're changing the way deals are made in the anime industry. Normally, several different companies negotiate together to produce funds, blah, blah, blah. I don't feel like reading about that. All right, now, y'all understand from what I just read, Netflix is getting busy in the anime department. Okay? Well, what does this mean? What could it mean? I think this is going to, and this is just my personal opinion, Netflix sees the wave as it's forming, and they are ready to ride it into the sunset. Okay? Netflix is popular, don't get me wrong, but there's still a good portion of people who are not into anime. A good portion of people still think anime is weird. For some reason, when people think of anime who don't watch anime, they think of the most obscure, raunchy, hentai example that you could ever possibly think of, right? Granted, some anime is like that, but a lot of the mainstream stuff, and just anime in general, isn't like that at all. But Netflix sees the wave of their consumers and how they seek out anime. I'm sure every time you search anime or cartoons, I mean, you can search it right now. If you search cartoons, anime pops up. If you search anime, anime still pops up. And I'm sure they have some sort, my guess is that they have some sort of algorithm that, logs in keystrokes and sees who types in what on their search browser. And they can see a lot of people do search anime. And when they search cartoons, they may search cartoons, but they click on anime, right? There's something visually appealing about anime and the Eastern style of how they do animation. I have never been fond of the Tumblr Western style of animation. It looks lazy, it looks blobby, there's no detail, there's no heart, there's no soul to it. That's just the animation. We can easily get into the storyline and how it affects people who watch it. They understand that, hey, people 10 and up really get down with anime. It's just how it is. If you ask anybody, whether you go to a Facebook group or whether you're just talking about anime, hey, what age did you start watching anime? They'll say something, I mean, some people say, oh yeah, I just got into it, but a lot of people be like, yeah, I got into it when I was 10, I got into it when I was 7 or 8, you know? It's just, people are more exposed to anime, it's more visually appealing, the storyline is better, and it reigns superior across all demographics. But of course, that's just my personal opinion. But nonetheless, Netflix sees this, and because Netflix sees this, they're going to try to capitalize on it. They're already talking about adding 30 plus anime series this year alone. Who knows what they're going to bring? Who knows? Hulu is kind of on that wave. Well, they've been on that wave, right? They have exclusive rights to stream One Punch Man Season 2. Netflix will give it to you weekly. But they also have to understand that Netflix has to compete against Hulu because now Disney owns 60% stake in Hulu. So they really have to get on this anime wave. Do it now and do it quick. Anime is going to be your saving grace, Netflix. Anime and comedy specials. That needs to be your bread and butter. You can add some fluff around it, but just know that's what's going to take you through the promised land. Because, look, at this point, y'all need to start breaking boundaries. All right? But, look, that was something I wanted to give to you. I wanted to put out there into the atmosphere, into the universe. That's that energy that I feel going towards Netflix, coming from Netflix. I need more. Give us more. Netflix is in a perfect position to be able to produce high quality anime, and you would spend a substantial amount less on producing an anime series than you do on these $500,000 an episode series that you only bring around for one season. Anime is eternal. Don't have to worry about your characters growing up. As long as you do it justice, do it right, the community will support it. But that's all I have for y'all today. Comment, share, subscribe, like, all that fancy stuff, and like always, keep it safe for appetite. I'm out.